military and the increase in military suicide, and as well as our commander-in-chief completely walking away from the Kurds, who are our strongest ally, and sending more troops to Saudi Arabia today. Do you think there's a correlation between the increase in general suicide and military suicide with him completely disregarding any military generals and the best advice that he could possibly get?
So the answer to the direct question between military suicides and President Trump, data has shown that this increase in military suicides predates President Trump. This is a crisis, not just within the military, where it's a particular crisis, but where we're seeing mental health issues across the country. We've increased funding, and I actually am deeply engaged in this because I oversee on the Armed Services Committee Emerging Threats Special Operations Command. And they have seen a significant uptick in military suicides. What we've done to combat that is make sure that we're getting the most accurate data, but also increasing funding for the Family and Force Protection Program. We're also trying to bring their operational tempo down so that their deployment units aren't at the same high tempo that they have been previously. Regarding the Kurds and the Saudi decision, the Kurds decision I disagree with vehemently. I think that we should not leave an ally on its own, that we've committed to, that we've fought side by side, particularly when it comes to our counterterrorism. And I have spoken out publicly. I think that's one of the most effective things you can do as an elected official. But I also am going to co-lead the sanctions bill on Turkey. This is a decision that I think will have a very long-term. This is going to have a very long-term, it will impact our ability to work with allies. But when it comes to military suicide, we absolutely need to continue to increase funding, continue to shine a spotlight on this, and also deal with the operational tempo so that the deployments aren't one after another after another. These soldiers need time to reestablish themselves with their families at home. We also need to address veteran suicide. That's a part of this as well, as we're continuing to see vets face this crisis and not know where to go, not have access. Part of that is investing in telehealth. Part of that is making sure that there's not a stigma associated with mental health for our veterans community. What I find in my office is oftentimes we'll hear from the family member or spouse and not the veteran themselves when they need to seek help. Thank you for the question.